What's up, everybody? Man, it's your boy, Mr. Dugai, coming at y'all with another video, man. And today, man, I'm going to talk about Sunday's AFC divisional round matchup. You will have the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Houston Texans in a divisional round matchup, which is a rematch from a game played earlier this season, in Arrowhead. Before I get into this video, man, for everyone, if you want to give me a follow on Instagram or send me a friend request on Facebook, I'm gonna have my Instagram and my Facebook information down in the description box. Come give me a follow on the gram. Come send me a request on the book. Come holler at your boy, yo. Here we are, yo. First off, man, with the Houston Texans, man, what a big time dramatic win last week, against the Buffalo Bills at home, man. Being down 16 to nothing, in the third quarter, man. Nothing was going their way. Buffalo was absolutely dominating that game. And when it was 13 nothing and Buffalo had a third down in position driving the football, it was their leader, man, Mr. White himself, man. J.J. White comes up with a huge sack on Josh Allen. And it's like it got the crowd going and it got the football team going. And the whole team just picked it up, man, and turned it around, yo. Deshaun Watson, man, they led by quarterback Deshaun Watson, who I like to call Big Game Deshaun Watson from his days over there at Clemson. What a player, man. What a player, yo. Like I said, it was ugly. And Buffalo has a real legit defense. And he kept hanging in there and hanging in there and fighting and fighting. And next thing you know, man, he started getting some momentum. And he just took the game over, man. He put the team on his back and he made the plays, rushing touchdown. Another touchdown, passing touchdown to Carlos Hyde. And in overtime, man, when two guys got a clean shot on him, he bounces off of them, throws the ball to I forgot the guy name, man, like the third running back. He gets all the way down, in position for them to kick a field goal to win the game. And Houston pulled it out, man, in overtime, 19-16, man. What a performance by him, man. Guy is big time, man. And he's only gonna get better and better. The offensive line, though they still have their struggles, they're a little more improved, man, from getting, a guy like Laramie Tunsil in a trade right before the season started from the Miami Dolphins. He's been a decent player for them, man, and helped, solidify the offensive line a little bit. On the backfield, they got guys like Carlos Hyde, and Duke Johnson, a physical runner and, kind of like a third down change of pace guy in Duke Johnson. Wide receiver core, man, they got, to me, arguably, if not the best, one of the best wide receivers in all of football, man, DeAndre Hopkins. Kind of had a quiet game against Buffalo as he was going up against, Tre'Davious White, who was our first team All-Pro. But once again, tremendous season, man. Like I said, this guy, he just has hands like it's like he has stickum on his gloves, man. He catches everything that's thrown his way, man. Such a big time player. Defensively, man, on the D line, they was able to get back J.J. Watt last week, which shout out to him, man. He came out and basically said, man, him re-aggravating his injury is worth 3 months of rehabbing, as long as he has a chance to go out there and play with his team. And he made an impact, man. It was quiet early, got the big sack, got a lot of pressures. The guy is just amazing, man. Basically a Hall of Famer. Whitney Merciless, man, who made a big strip sack on Josh Allen. He's still a veteran out there doing his thing. And and in their secondary, they kind of young, man. Got a couple of guys, got Bradley Roby, who came over from Denver, and a couple of guys that they picked up. Did they trade for Conley or did they pick him up off of waivers? I don't remember, but I know they did pick up Hargraves off of waivers. A bunch of real young guys in the defensive backfield. And now for the Kansas City Chiefs, man, obviously coming off of their first round bye. New England Patriots fell short at home to the Miami Dolphins week 17. They took care of the Chargers, which allowed them to get this bye. And everybody know, man, they led by Patrick Mahomes, man. Basically the Steph Curry of football. You know, him throwing a football to me is like watching Steph Curry shoot a three. Guy is amazing, man. And I'm just glad, man. Early on a Thursday night game in Denver, it looked like he had a real significant injury, man. So for him to only miss like a couple of games, and for him to be back basically in his in form, running out there, scrambling, throwing great passes. Shout out to him, man. Mahomes, the guy is just amazing and is just an absolute superstar. The offensive line, is solidified by a guy like Mitchell Schwartz, man. One of the best right tackles in football, man. He gets the job done. They're going to need him, if he got to block a guy like J.J. Watt. Backfield, got some young Damian Williams, man. Had a great week 17 game against the Chargers, but he's been in and out the lineup being banged up and stuff like that. Wide receivers, man. This is arguably the deepest wide receiving core. It's definitely, to me, the fastest in the NFL, man. When you think about Tyreek Hill, who is just blazing fast. Mikael Hardman, who is also just tremendously fast, yo. Sammy Watkins has speed. Robinson made a touchdown week 17. Then you got one of the best tight ends in all of football in Travis Kelce, just a big-time athletic tight end running the seams, and a guy that Andy Reid likes to use in so many different formations and stuff like that. Defensively, man, on their D-line, they led by Chris Jones, and also Frank Clark, who came over from the Seattle Seahawks. And they also got a late addition, man, the veteran Terrell Suggs, man, T-Sizzle. Got a sack in their last game against the Chargers, man. Good for him, being able to play some meaningful football, playoff football, this time around. And in the secondary, man, they led by former LSU Tiger, man, Mr. Tyrann Mathieu, Mr. Honey Badger himself, who is just having a tremendous season and is making a big impact on this Kansas City defense, yo. Looking at the matchups, man, when you look at Houston's running game, against when you look at Houston's offensive line against Kansas City's front, you would think Kansas City gonna have the advantage there, man. With a guy like Chris Jones, Laramie Tunsil, like I mentioned, is a solid offensive tackle. But when you got a guy like Chris Jones, man, on the interior, wreaking havoc, man, it could give Houston some problems, man. And they still got Frank Clark out there, rushing the pass, and they could bring in Terrell Suggs on passing situations, man. So then when you consider the crowd noise, it's gonna be cold over there. It could be a little tough for the Houston Texans O-line to hold up against Kansas City in the trenches. And when you look at Deshaun Watson going up against Kansas City's defense, they won over there earlier this season, but they're going to have to run the football with a guy like Carlos Hyde, man. DeAndre Hopkins could have a big day. Kansas City doesn't have an elite type of corner like the Buffalo Bills had. So DeAndre Hopkins could definitely, go out there and make some plays. And that's what they're going to need. They're going to need a big performance by him, if they want to get a chance to come out of Arrowhead alive, Hopkins is amazing, man. Interesting to see if Will Fuller is going to play this game or not. If he does, it's a big upgrade. You would think he got a chance to, as he was close to playing last week. And a guy like Kenny Stills got to step up. But, Kansas City got some guys up front, man, that could get after Deshaun Watson. And when you look at the other side of the ball, the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line against the Houston Texans front seven, Mitchell Schwartz is pretty good. He's going to be going up probably head-to-head with J.J. Watt. For Houston, they got to get sacks, man. If they're not getting sacks on Patrick Mahomes, he could have a big day. Like I said, J.J. Watt got to take over this game, man, if Houston, want to have a chance to win. And when you look at Patrick Mahomes against this Houston secondary, if J.J. Watt is not sacking Mahomes, man, like, Kansas City should have a big day throwing the ball, man. I don't know if their corners could cover the guy, Tyreek Hill, and, and Nickel Hardman and Sammy Watkins and Travis Kelce and all of those guys. If White isn't getting pressure on Mahomes, it could be a pretty long day for Houston, man. And not for my prediction, yo. I like Houston a lot, man. I'm a big fan of big game Deshaun Watson, a big fan of J.J. Watt, and a big fan of DeAndre Hopkins, yo. I think those guys are all superstars, and not only are they great players, they seem like they're really good people as well, man. So I root for all those guys, man. But when I look at Patrick Mahomes, man, having a week off, the receiving core that these guys have, man. And I think that Chris Jones, man, with that interior pressure could make things tough for Deshaun Watson, man. I got the Kansas City Chiefs winning this game. I got it being kind of close early, but I got Kansas City pulling away late. I got the Kansas City Chiefs beating the Houston Texans. I'm gonna go with a score of 31-14, yo. Kansas City Chiefs 31, Houston Texans 14. That's my prediction for this game. But like I said, I've been wrong before. And Houston Texans fans, if y'all win, feel free to troll me. But yeah, I got Kansas City Chiefs 31, Houston Texans 14. And I got the Kansas City Chiefs advancing to the AFC Championship game for the second year in a row, yo. But with that being said, man, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Go on, hit the like button for your boy and give me a subscribe, man. I'm going to have Philadelphia Eagles and NFL content throughout the year. Also, this coming Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to do a live Q&A. Y'all could come on there, ask me anything, tell me anything. I'll answer your questions, respond to your comments, and give you a shout out on the live, yo. Y'all should join me in some good stuff. Until then, man, y'all have a blessed one. Fly, Eagles, fly.